Does the outside have something? Hello? It's a nice surprise view. Yes. Welcome back to another video. So normally I make a TBR jar video and I do that pretty much every month, but this month is different. This month I want to have a bit more free range because it's April. My birthday is in April, so I just kind of want to like mood read in April, just because I find birthdays not great. I don't really like birthdays. It's Easter, my birthday's after, and I don't know, I don't tend to read a lot in April. Yeah, I just thought I'm gonna give myself a little bit more free range. I'm gonna just choose 6 books that I would like to get to in April, and that's just the video. That's the video. Yeah. Anyway, let's choose some books because honestly, I don't really have any idea. I filmed a video of me having a little book haul. It wasn't little, it was a lot. And I think I would like to get to read some of the new books that I bought recently. I do have one book that I would really like to get to because last week I went to a bookstore and I saw that the newest book from April TBR, which it's only going to be released on the 31st of March, and suddenly I already saw it in the bookstore and I was like, I didn't buy it because I found that the pages were like really thin and I don't know, it just felt like a very cheap book. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I also saw when I went on Goodreads that it's actually a second. I don't know if it's a series or not, but the first one is this one, Say You'll Remember Me, and I haven't read it yet, so I really want to read that. And you can never go wrong with a little romance in between all of the fantasy, just like a little easy palette cleanser. So the first one will be April TBR's Say You Will Remember Me. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Wild Dark Shore because I've seen everyone talk about this and suddenly read it. First of all, it's kind of a thinner looking book, so it's only 300 pages, so that's nice to have a shorter book in between. What I know is that there's a woman that's suddenly washed on shore. She's broken, she's bruised, she looks like she didn't have the grandest time. And I believe it's like a psychological thriller about saving the ones you love or something like that, so I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me, to be honest. This will be the second one. Okay. I'm kind of choosing between these two hardcovers because they're beautiful. The Second Death of Locke. The Second Death of Locke is a devastatingly romantic epic fantasy about the undying bond between a knight and their mage, set against the backdrop of a breathtaking fantasy world. Okay, and then Heir of Illusion. She's not the pet they tamed, she's the beast they let inside, and she will show no mercy. Tension, angst, a delicious slow burn. Ugh. That's great, that's great. So they're both pretty much hunting for the same weapon, but this feels like a bit more heavy, and I think I like that. I don't know. She has an enchanted necklace that keeps her bound as an assassin to a ruthless king, and she's forced to play the role of an obedient pet. She plots in secrets to destroy him and break free of his hold. So she's trying to kill the person who's honestly keeping her pretty much as a assassin pet, I guess. And then there's a Reaper from Death's Realm that's hunting the same weapon that Ivy needs to get to kill that king, right? And the enemies collide. There's a lot of tension. Undeniable attraction tangles with deadly secrets, and Ivy's fight for freedom soon becomes a battle of survival. Through it all, she must never forget that though she may wear a collar, she's not the pet they tamed. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna choose this one. Yeah, I would really like to get into a fantasy again. I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy and I'm a little upset about it. But then I think I would really like to start reading Nettle and Bone. I got these for my birthday like 2-3 years ago from my sister, Never got to it, but I do really want to read a Kingfisher book. And also I saw that this was on Kobo Plus, so win-win for me because I can read it on my Kobo. I don't know anything about this. This isn't a fairy tale where the princess marries a prince. It's the one where she kills him. Well, that sounds pretty good. My camera is too hot from the sun. A little commercial break. Oh my god. Like, I was not prepared for this shot. Anyway, new shot. Right, I was talking about this one. I was talking about Nettle and Bone. After years of seeing her sisters suffer at the hands of an abusive prince, Mara, the shy convent-raised third-born daughter, has finally realized that no one is coming to their rescue. No one except for Mara herself. Seeking help from a powerful grave witch, Mara is offered the tools to kill a prince if she can complete 3 impossible tasks. But, as is the way in tales of princes, witches and daughters, the impossible is only the beginning. On her quest, Mara is joined by the Grave Witch, a reluctant fairy godmother, a strapping former knight, and a chicken possessed by a demon. Together, the 5 of them intend to be the hand that closes around the throat of the prince and frees Mara's family and their kingdom from its tyrannous ruler at last. But I've seen everyone reading T. Kingfisher books, and I saw that a lot of her books are actually on Kobo Plus. Maybe not a lot, but like definitely quite a few. So it makes me curious. And also, this is a very short book. 319 pages. So, another quite short one actually. I don't know if I'm doing this on purpose or not. Okay, then I would really like to read Wild Reference. I would really like to get into this book because I've seen so many great reviews about it, and everyone's saying that this is such a beautifully written book that I have to know. And I did read, or I listened to the audiobooks of Divine Rivals, and I remember that I really enjoyed listening to those books and I really enjoyed the world, but I didn't feel like it was super special. Like, I felt like the whole world building could have been a little bit bigger for me. But I'm definitely curious, because this is we're back going into that world, so I want to know more about the gods, and I believe that this is a god who... There's this man, this little boy actually, that back in the day he wrote a letter to this god asking for help. And then he didn't get help, obviously, and years later he's like a grown-up man right now, and he's turned quite cold because of the world he lived in. And suddenly this goddess is standing in front of him with a letter that he wrote when he was a boy. So, I don't know, I'm kind of curious. I believe she wants something from him. I don't know if he still wants help from her, to be honest. I would imagine he would be a little bit annoyed. Anyway, I'm really curious about this one. Also, I find that cover beautiful and it gives me spring vibes, if I'm honest. With like the flowers and stuff. I love it. Ugh, so good. Yeah, I would really like to get into this again. Okay, how many books do I have? 2, 4, 5. One more. No, I don't know, because these were kind of like the books that I really wanted to read. So, okay, let's look at the books that I have. I have 3 fantasies, 1 psychological thriller, and 1 romance. Like I said, I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy lately, so I think I should get a book. Logically, I should get a book that is a bit more, not romance, but definitely a bit more, how do you call that? Literature fiction? Something like that. I think I've been reading a lot of that. And I've been enjoying that. So that's why I'm thinking like maybe I should think about that. Let me just read some backs, I guess. We have Small Pleasures, which I think is a beautiful cover, to be honest. Like, hello. An almost flawlessly written tale of genuine grown-up romantic anguish. It's about 1957, the suburbs of southeast London. Jean Swaney is a journalist, trapped in a life of duty and disappointment from which there's no likelihood of escape. Then a young woman, Gretchen Tilbury contacts the paper to claim that her daughter is the result of a virgin birth. It is down to Jean to discover whether she's a miracle or a fraud. As the investigation turns her quiet life inside out, Jean is suddenly given an unexpected chance of friendship, love, and possibly happiness. Long list is for the Woman's Prize. Then we have Shy Creatures. Oh yeah, this is about a therapist. I don't know if I want that on my birthday month. I've seen enough therapists. Oh, and then I also have this one. This one, which that cover is amazing. Table for two. Oh no, table for one. Willow has everything worked out. The steady partner, the successful career, the grown-up house, until she doesn't. And she is cast adrift on the sea of heartbreak, facing a future with no clear path. With her life transformed beyond recognition and her friends busy moving forwards, Willow has never felt more alone. But she's in good company. And when inspiration arrives from an unlikely source, she rekindles the relationship she longs for, but has long neglected, the one with herself. So this sounds like a pretty, it just sounds like right up my alley, you know, like the one with herself, that whole relationship, like learning to love yourself, learning to love the company with yourself. I think it's something that I struggle with a lot. I think I'm just gonna choose this one. I will read this one in the summer though, because that cover is just, it makes me happy. And I'm very curious. Oh my god, we have like very dark books for April. Huh. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's do a little recap of the books that I want to read in April. I would really like to read Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. A cute little romance. I'd really like to read Wild Dark Shore. A psychological thriller. Definitely something new, something different that I don't read a lot. But a very popular book at the moment, so I'm curious. Then we have Air of Illusion. A nice little fantasy. It looks so cool. Does the outside have something? Okay, I didn't see that coming. Why am I this person that doesn't look at the outside of the books? No freaking way! No way! No! Oh my god, does this do it justice? Come on. I feel like I bought a special edition and I didn't even know. Wow! Look at her. Look at him. The Reaper. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even... I'm shook. Okay, well, this one. Then I really would like to read Nettle and Bone, which I got for my birthday a few years ago. And it's on Kobo Plus, so... Then we have a Wild Reference. Definitely a bit more springy kind of book. Gods and all. Love it. And then a little bit of a different kind of book. Table for One. Isn't that just like a cover that you want to hang in your kitchen? Because I do. If I have one. Hello? Hi. Hello. Hi, you want to say hello? Hi, dude. She went to the groomer yesterday, so she's like all tiny and skinny now. Look, I'm filming. Hi. You're warm. You're very warm. So anyway, those are kind of the books that I just want to start reading in April. I don't want to make it like forcing myself to read all of those because, like I said, April is one of the months that's just a little bit harder sometimes. Sometimes it's a great month and I feel like wonderful and amazing, and yeah, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen this month. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. It's a nice surprise of you. Yes.